So, Mrs. Sparkles asked me, do you have your own company? Are you a professional artist? Would you consider turning your hobby into a real trade? I think I already answered to that. It is true that I'm a freelance artist. I don't think I have my, you can't really name this as a company because I'm on my own, but I am my own boss. And I pay taxes and I sell my work and I have 2 shops online and I don't make a lot for sure. I'm pretty like I have a pretty simple lifestyle because I can't afford many things, but I'm paying for my rent, my food, and art supplies. But I am a professional artist. I think I started to be like really into this professionally 2 years. I mean, a year and a half ago. It's gonna be 2 years, like in November, and so far I think I did it right. It is evolving and I'm getting more like feedback and I'm being seen by much more people and I'm selling more artwork, so maybe it's gonna be better in the next year, but it's a long journey, and even if it's hard and I'm not really making enough money to support myself properly, I'd rather be broke and happy and doing what I love than being stuck in the office doing the same thing over and over again just to earn like just to have a salary. I'm not that person. I'm a free bird. I'm kind of like I don't regret turning my hobby into a real trade, but I don't consider this to be a real trade. I know. I mean, it's a job. Being an artist is a real job for sure because yeah, I work, I pay, I'm getting paid, and I pay taxes, so that's a job. But it's much more complicated than that because you never know what's gonna happen. Like I plan something, and then the week after I have like commissions or new things to like. I never when I plan something, it can change. It can change anytime. So this is what I like about being my own boss, but it's definitely not for everyone. And I'm happy that I waited like until I was like 25 because I I wouldn't consider doing this at like 18 or 20 because I was too immature back then. But anyway, new questions. So Draw plus Sao asked me 2 things. So will we do collaboration with another artist on YouTube? And will you do a drawing contest? So I already answered to that, like in the comment of one video. I already did a collaboration with Bailey J, and it was so much fun, and I can't wait to make a new one with someone else. Actually, I will do a collaboration with someone else on YouTube, but I don't know if she said it already. So we are working on this right now. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but I will do a collaboration with Zaira Banez on YouTube, and I can't wait to see what she has done because she's going to do the artwork, like the line art, and I'm going to do the coloring. So it's going to be really great. And then the last question from Drasao was, will you do a drawing contest? So yes, I will do a drawing contest. I'm thinking about doing this for Christmas time or Halloween. Maybe Christmas is better because I can have like much more time to plan everything and gather the prices. I want this to be like a real drawing contest for 3 people: beginners, intermediate, and really and professional people. I mean like skilled people. I can't really judge like a 12-year-old and a 25-year-old together. So I will make categories, and I will definitely do a drawing contest or like a challenge or like some sort of drawing contest. For Christmas time, maybe like mid-December. We'll see how it goes, but yes, it is in my plan. I just don't know exactly when. We'll see. And then Drawi LB asked me, what do you like to do mostly in an artwork? What's your favorite thing in an artwork? My favorite thing is the finishing touches. I like sketching. I finding the ideas. I hate cleaning a sketch and tracing. That's just a much boring thing. And the coloring process is also kind of boring in a way because although I know exactly what I want to achieve, it's it's the boring thing. Like, it's the boring part to me because it's always the same, so it's really kind of annoying. But I love doing any finishing touches. Is when you think it looks really bad, and then you're starting to do like contouring and highlights, and it suddenly comes to life. And when it comes to life, that's when I know it's finished. And that's the best part. Is like, oh, this looks really messy. It looks terrible, and then boom, it's, oh, she's alive, or like, it's just, I really like that part. So did you plan going to a convention or having your own booth in a convention? I actually already went to four conventions in Paris. I did like some the World Nerd Japan Expo, which I don't know if you have heard of it, but it's once a year. It's a really big ass convention. There's like, I think like last time there was like 150,000 people coming, and I had my own booth 2 times there, and I was able to refund myself, and like I paid for the booth and transportation and like merchandising, and I did pay everything back. I came with enough money to pay for everything. I will do another one, but I wanted to do this year, but I didn't get the funds to do it. So I'm saving up to do like the Japan Expo 2015, and I hope that I can see some of you there, but it's only in France, so yeah. So for how long have you been drawing? So I started at, like 27 years old. Like, I've been drawing my whole life, but I say that very seriously into it like for probably 15 years now. Do you have any other hobbies? I do. I'm a YouTuber for life. I YouTube all the time. Like, I spend my days on YouTube. I comment, I look at videos, I like videos, I complain about videos, I get hated for my comments. Yeah, YouTube is a big thing. I also do like some Facebook gaming, boring gaming sometimes. I'm a League of Legends player. I absolutely love this game. And if you want me to play with you, just add me, Kelia Ems. I will put my username below. And yeah, League of Legends and art and watching TV shows, and I read also. I don't have any crazy hobbies. I'm much more like a geek and an artist. Like, yeah. Epin Art asked me, is the paper you're using not absorbing too much ink from your copic markers? So I'm using the JNK Design Pure Luxury cardstock, and I'm using I'm using 3 kinds of paper. I know I'm using also watercolor paper for my copics, but every paper is absorbing. And I like that thing. I actually don't like when the paper is not absorbing anymore, because I don't have enough room and time to blend. I really like the watercolor effect. So it is absorbing, but I like that. You just have to control how much you put. And yeah, so the JNK Luxury cardstock in ivory is the best, because it is absorbing not too much, and it has a very velvety watercolor effect. I really like it. And the white cardstock by JNK Design is really hard to use. Like, I like the finishing texture, like it's super glossy and it's super great, but it's really hard to blend because it doesn't absorb any more ink. After like 3 or 4 layers, it doesn't absorb anymore. Like, it's like having a barrier on top of your artwork, and you can't put any more ink inside, and it gets like blobby and muddy looking. I hate that. It's a good paper, but it's really hard to use. So I'd rather have something absorbing too much than not enough. Okay, could you make a video tutorial about a watercolor portrait? I already did like some background tutorial watercolors. I will try to explain how you can work with watercolors on like people, but I don't know exactly when, because when I do like my artwork, I mixed a lot of media, so the pure watercolor part is kind of it doesn't really look that great. So I'm trying to work practice more before I do any tutorials on that. So are you using other kind of inks like Colorex or any kind of inks? I'm using inks sometimes, but it's very rare. I want to get into ink a bit more because I know an artist. I found an artist like a couple of years ago, and she was working only with inks, and the texture and the color is so vibrant. It's amazing, but it's harder to use because the inks I don't know how they work. It depends on the ink, I guess, but I don't like the texture. It's a bit harder to use. But right now, I'm not using that much of Colorex or inks. I used it when I was in fine art school, and I still have them, but I mostly use my watercolors. So what paper and inking pen are you using and are recommended? I can't tell you anything like that. There are so much brands of papers and inking pens. I think I have like 10 brands of paper and 10 brands of inking pen. You have to try them. Some paper, they work great with some pens, and I mean, I can't really tell that. The GNK is a good paper. The editor paper is good for manga. Any Copic multiliner or the Pink Micron are good. The pen, artist pen, the Mitsubishi pens. There are so much things. I can't really recommend anything. You have to try them. Louise Casweb. This is in French. So how can I draw better? I'm going to translate it right away. How can I draw better on my paint? How can I draw on Photoshop? And how can I get better into computer coloring? So I spent like ages on paint. Like when I was younger, I was drawing with the mouse, and I don't even know how I was able to draw with this. I will insert a picture somewhere of an old Kafka Sakura work that I did on paint using a freaking mouse. I don't know how I did that. So you want to get better on paint. There's people that are really crazy on paint. You know that art, like that guy who did like Mona Lisa on paint? What? That was amazing. You can definitely do great things on paint, but I suggest you at least invest in like in a tablet. Working with a mouse is too hard. How to draw in Photoshop? You just draw. I mean, like, I can make like a little beginner tutorial on Photoshop, but it's like using like a blank page, and it's the same. You're sketching and you're using this magic tool, and like I will try to make tutorials on Photoshop, but it's a really different world from like drawing on paper. So it is like a long process making tutorials on Photoshop, but I will try. And to be better on Photoshop, just find some tutorials online, and just practice and think how, like, look at the page like it's your canvas, like your own paper. If you think about it, you can really work in layers and do your like sketching, and like just think about it as it is really like a canvas. That's the best way to really work. So tutorials on Photoshop I will try, and lastly, Mahigan Zaneko. So according to you, what is the best way to get better and share your art? The best way to get better is to share your art. On YouTube, there's a lot of people who have like drawing channels, and they don't even talk. They don't show their faces, they don't do tutorials, they don't get any feedback. They just showing off their skills. That's really great. I will not name anyone, but I can spot people that are not even communicating. Like they show off. They don't share really. I like the fact that my channel is open. Like I talk to you. I reply to everyone. I will not say that opinions matter, but I take like requests, and everything that you see is a motivation, and I'm sharing my art. I want to be seen by much more people to get feedback. I think the best way to get better is having and requesting feedback. You can't be a good artist if you're in your cave and you're doing your own thing and not showing it to the rest, like to anyone. You will be stuck in your world without evolution, and you will do the exact same thing over and over again, and you can't get better like that. You need people vision on your artwork to get better, because they're gonna challenge you, they're gonna tell you that's bad or good, they're gonna tell you, hey, you should try something else, it gets boring, you're always doing the same thing, and it can be harsh. Criticism and critiques is hard because people will tell you what's good and what's really bad about your work, but this is how you get better, because every time you're having an opinion, that means you're questioning yourself on your own artwork. That's what I do all the time. I'm questioning myself. How can I get better? What do I try? Why does this is boring? What can I do next? Please, people, give me like opinions on what I did, and this is how you're gonna evolve. So the best way to get better is working, like practicing, of course, but it is really about sharing and showing what you did. My best critic is my mother, because she is not really into artwork. She doesn't really understand the world. She hates abstract art. And when I finished a piece of artwork that I really like, I'm like, oh, I'm so proud of myself. I'm showing it to her, and she's always spotting that one single thing that I did wrong. Hey, it's not centered. Or hey, there's one eye is bigger than the other. Or hey, you didn't really blend this. Like, it's kind of weird. Or when I say like, hey, I finished it. I think she's beautiful, and she's like, no, she's not. Yeah, that's my best critic, because she's honest, and she's seeing the art like a fresh new look. Like, she has a fresh new look on this. So I'm always showing her like a step-by-step things and any finished piece, because she's gonna be the one that is gonna tell me exactly what's wrong. Like, she's not, because she knows that I'm good at what I do, and what I need in people's opinion is not, hey, you're amazing. I mean, like, it's lovely. I love when I hear something like that. What I need is someone telling me, hey, this is bad. Why don't you try something else? Why don't you like work a bit more on the anatomy, or like try to have a bit more balance in your work? I like that thing, and I'm asking it to me. I mean, I'm doing this to myself all the time when I look at my piece of artwork. But I wouldn't be able to do that if I haven't shared my work with people before. It's a process. You know, you share your work to have feedback, so you can question your own work yourself and challenge yourself. Because this is how you're gonna evolve. If you're just showing off what you do and you're like, I don't care what you guys think, this is my drawing style, even though you're bad at what you're doing, you don't take any other opinions in consideration, you will not get better. It's always the bad things that you see, like someone is pointing out to your weaknesses and saying that you're not doing this, like you can improve on this, saying only the bad things about something. That's when you're really getting better, because you're gonna work on those things. It's amazing to have people telling you, oh, you're so cool, I love your colors, I love that's you feel great, but you're not getting better, because you already know that you're good at this. You know, you can't get better at something you already are good at. You can only get better at something you're bad at. So I think that's pretty much a wrap, guys. I know it's super long, but I had a lot of questions, so I tried my best to answer to everyone's questions. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't want to get too long for the outro. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, please tell me below. I also have some social media and shops and a lot of goodies and links below. Just go and check things out. And I think that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.